I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch. Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
Yes, indeed. Okay, here we are, Metlcat. What's up?
Metlcat in the house. Yeah, this particular live stream is brought to you by Metlcat, his cat.
Yeah, here he is.
And the good folks at YouTube.
You know, it kind of reminds me of this little kitty's necklace. There was, oh, I know what it was. Men in Black. Remember the little necklace on the cat had like an entire universe or something in it? Like that's what it reminded me of. They have a very special kitty. And I love kitty paws. Always have. When they're only when they're attached to cats. So I don't want some lucky leg like they used to do with the bunnies. I thought that was so terrifyingly sad. Lucky bunny legs. Friends of mine used to carry them around.
Oh, yeah.
They were like all furry. I was like, who does this?
Yeah. That's kind of
disgusting and sad.
Kind of weird. Yeah. I'm glad that fad is over, to be honest.
I've left the trolls. We don't see the trolls much anymore. Anyway, first song on the Metlcat stream is going to be Manilla Road, Riddle Master.
Riddle Master. Apparently, this is one of...
and I have something to read as well.
This is one of Perkinos's favorite bands. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there we are.
So, Metlcat said, my only regret with my last stream was not including any US power metal. This time, I'm making up for that with the first 2 songs, one from a classic band, Manilla Road, and one from the best current crop of bands, Eternal Champion. R.I.P. Mark the Shark Shelton, founding member of Manilla Road. I think that was probably supposed to be read with a little bit more feeling at the end. R.I.P. I thought it was, like R.I.P. as in R.I.P. ears. That's what I thought we were doing. Then after I read it, I realized and know somebody passed away.
When do people say R.I.P. like that?
You do. R.I.P. ears, and then you burr, 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 burr.
Oh.
So I read it with that sort of voice fluctuation, and then I realized my error.
Yeah, well, Perkinos can say it with the proper ethos. Okay, here we go.
Riddle Master.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Is it death?
Like Dio a little bit. Oh, rhythm change.
I can't believe it's true. I'll be staff confused. All I know is I must carry on. The face is still a fight. Evil in the night. Daughter of hell, I shall not lose. Not now.
Daughter of hell.
No.
That was Manilla Road, the Riddle Master.
Whoop.
I am assuming you're gonna hang the
Yes, I was.
your headset up on the thing
on the Red Bull, which would have knocked it over and probably finished one of our computers, which is not what we're trying to do here.
Probably finished one. It most definitely would have.
Oh, yikes. Okay. What? I kept thinking that it was death, but then it was a she at the end.
Well, I mean, maybe he's got death as a female. Possible. It's possible, don't you think?
It
No?
is.
Yes? No?
No, it is. I just wasn't sure if somehow then it was going to switch its way around to being like some sideways relationship song where he was like, you know what I mean? This woman has been the death of me. What lies in the dungeons of holy men's fears? For what kings cower and men drown in tears? I think it's death.
I got the lyrics right here.
What else could it be?
You think it's death? It could be some demon. It could be a concept record. If you look at the album art
Yeah, but it's a riddle. And I feel like
the Riddle Master. What lies in the dungeon of holy men's fears? For what would kings cower and men drown in tears?
Yeah.
What brings death and pleasure, growth and decay?
Stop, babe! Strike it from the record. Rewind the review and tape over the part where I thought it was death. What brings death into... Okay, so it's love.
One day you guys got to be exposed to the era of Manilla Road with drummer Randy Thrasher Fox, some of the best stuff ever. So, what struck me first about this band, what do you think struck me first? Like right out the gate.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
That's what I'm telling you to guess, bro.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what struck you first?
Ben Webb is in the house!
Hey!
Hey, what's going on, Prince? How you doing, bro? Oh, I love Ben Webb. It's so good to see you, big homie. You know what? He stopped coming around when you started beating up that koala.
Oh.
I think you hurt his feelings. Apologize to the homie.
No.
You're the worst.
The reason we started beating up the koala is because he said some evil shit about girls and miscarriages and stuff. He got what he got. Benji
right.
can handle it.
All right, so what do you think stood out to me the most?
That this is the first time that we've had to figure out a riddle to know what the song's about.
No.
That's my guess.
Because I didn't know that the song was going to be a big riddle until the end of it.
Babe, it's literally called the Riddle Master, and it starts out like riddles.
That's not...
What lies in the dungeons of holy men's fears? For what would kings cower and men drown in tears? Like, it's,
I think it's like sexual kind of love. Because holy men, if you're thinking about the priesthood, that gets denied them, right?
What brings
For what
death
would
and
kings
pleasure?
cower and men drown in tears? What brings death and pleasure, growth and decay? Mm-hmm. Right? What makes life worth living? Who's the master today? That's how the note read when it slipped under the door. And then it mentions a she at the end. Right?
I have to know more. A poem to ponder, a challenge this night. The Riddle Master wants to master my mind. To battle the
Delaney O'Connell in the house.
Okay, wait. So is she leaving the riddle for him?
Where is she? Where did he say? No, hold on.
No, there was a letter left.
No, we have to go to what stuck out to me initially about the song.
You just sounded like that guy on Seinfeld. So what? What stuck out to you?
You've been watching too many of those sitcoms at night, you bum. What stuck out to me?
What stuck out to me in the song? I mean,
what stuck out to me was this guy sounded like Dio a little bit to me.
Oh, really?
Ronnie James Dio. Yeah,
yes, I know, but I don't.
He wasn't. His vocal wasn't. Franco said it was like a cross between Dio and Megadeth. That vocal style.
Yeah.
And I don't think that this guy is as smooth and buttery as Dio. Okay, fine. Obviously not. I had Dio as probably my top metal vocalist. If I had an Avengers all-star team of metal, I would put Dio at the vocal spot.
Right.
So
you've mentioned that before.
Yeah. So Dio, I think, is the greatest metal guy of all time. But he sounded like Dio. And it also atmospherically it felt like that, because how Dio would write these enigmatic lyrics.
Sorry, I'm trying to I want to get the comment section.
You want to get the comment section up? Okay. How Dio would have these enigmatic lyrics, you kind of knew, but you didn't know what they were?
Yeah, yes.
It was kind of like that. So it reminded me, oh, look at that. Matthew Morey thinks I'm a good poet. Haha.
Oh, no, he's a really good poet. Yeah. Did you reset it? Because are we streaming on all the platforms right now? Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I had to switch that to do the Anchor thing. Speaking of Anchor, you guys, we have podcasts up on Anchor. So if you're not wanting to watch the video, but you want to hear the conversation as some background stuff,
we're also
check
up
us
on
out
Spotify,
Anchor,
Apple, all that jazz.
Oh, yeah, all over the place. So, Vin and Sori forever. Anyway.
Okay, so James Mink says that in Marvel Comics, Death is female. She is worshipped by Thanos, who killed half of all existence in order to impress her.
Oh my gosh.
So that's the real reason he did that whole thing with the Avengers thing. It was over a girl.
No.
Yeah, he killed half of life just to impress Death.
Oh wow.
Okay.
But
I don't think that Death is the
No, I think you're right.
I think it's like love, sexual love, that kind of thing. Because I think priests, we are also on Twitch. I think again, priests can't have love. It's forbidden. They're supposed to say single, suppose. I mean, the Bible didn't say that, but
well, you said,
get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you said it wasn't. you said it was sex, but what did you say?
It was sexual love, like eros type thing.
Right.
I don't think it's like,
because even in some like Catholic religions, like you can't just have sex for the fun and pleasure of sex. Like it has to be for the purpose. Okay, I'm talking old school Catholicism. I don't know what the laws and decrees are now, but when my grandparents were coming up, like that's why they had so many kids. You can't, you can only if you want to have kids. Like there can be no pleasure. So maybe it's like that involvement there too, because it said
I don't
the
think
righteous
that's
man's.
a proper characterization of the Catholic doctrine on that. They just don't believe that you should have sex for the exclusive reason of pleasure. So the whole birth control situation, right, would be out. Although,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's to the it's about pleasure to the exclusion of children.
I see.
So
I see. Yeah, that is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's different. I still think it's horrible and inhuman what those poor priests have to go through. Shout out to XBM. Okay, so it says, what brings death and pleasure, growth and decay, right? Like sex can bring growth, you know, child.
Yep.
You bring a child into the world.
Yeah, it can also rot you from the inside.
Right. What makes life worth living? Who's the master today?
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting line.
That makes life worth living for some people. That's how the note read when it slipped under my door. The reason I know not, I have to know more. A poem to ponder, a challenge this night. The Riddle Master wants to master my mind. Strange, I was chosen, the fool divine, to battle the master of riddle and rhyme. Another mountain for me to climb. I must find the answer before I run out of time. I have no solution. My mind blank with fear. The riddle has slain me, the master is near. Another demon walking the earth, an angel of darkness. Lucifer! I can't believe it's true. I feel so damned and confused. All I know is I must carry on and on while blazing steel. With blazing steel, I'll fight the evil in the night. Daughter of hell, I shall not lose. Not to you. Then it came to me, just like a waking dream. The answer had to be reality. The master does not laugh. Defeated by a man. Leviathan be damned. Yeah. So, I'm pretty certain Eastern priests, except for bishops, are usually married. Correct. That's mostly in the Western rite, unfortunately. Okay, so so right there, you see what. So it looks like he overcame. You know, maybe it's a very poetic way of talking about. Oh
my gosh.
The temptation that he feels as a rock star.
Wow.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, if that's what he's doing.
And then Leviathan.
Yeah, why Leviathan? I didn't understand that.
Well, Leviathan, I think might be some form of a double entendre, but XBM goes, sounds like my dude is battling some lust.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a very poetic way of saying that he's struggling with, you know, being a rock star and touring all the time and all that. So Leviathan is like the sea creature. It's like a mythical sea creature, but he was kind of wild and all the rest of it. Right. And maybe he's, you know, talking about maybe certain members of his body as Leviathan. You see what I'm saying? So like the temptress is like she's like the devil. I see
what you're saying. I guess when you said the lust thing, I was thinking more like the strength of Leviathan, because lust can be like that, especially lust that you're trying to keep in check by like laws. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't work like that. And so the temptation of lust can become like Leviathan was huge.
Yeah.
So I was kind of wondering if he meant that, because he says Leviathan be damned, because you don't have to damn your. That would have been such a funny sentence if I was going to say
damn
it.
your junk. You don't
but I
have
was going to say damn your.
Well, yeah, but I don't think he's talking about damning his junk as much as he's saying
damning the lust.
I'm not going to let you control me,
right?
Because that was the big thing about Leviathan was he's kind of like uncontrollable, you know, and
to us, but God played with him.
Yeah, like he's, you know, the raging sea and all the rest of it, and the destructive power of Leviathan, and in the ancient Near East that was kind of a thing, and so he's resisting this, but it's cool if I'm right that he's talking about himself in that last line. Then that would be cool, because he would be taking responsibility for the temptation, because a lot of times.
Yes.
Especially when it's taught, when you're taught by religious people about, you know, avoiding lust and temptation, they demonize the woman, right?
Say yoga pants.
It's the yoga pants and yada yada yada. And you know, I'm not naive. I know that they're women who purposely go out to try to tempt men and all the rest of it. Like, I understand. Like, but it's cool
Stay away
that
from my man, though.
you don't have to worry about after that. Good aim. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
like, it's cool that he's taking like accountability for himself and saying, you know, ultimately he had to defeat himself. You do have to resist temptation, but ultimately it's coming from you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when he said Leviathan be damned, that kind of made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
But the song was really cool because it had this kind of rhythm section that went over everything, and it was kind of like jazzy. And you, what were you thinking?
I just didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like that part?
I didn't like the song.
As a whole.
Just, yeah, overall. Although, I have to tip my hat to him. If he's talking about lust here, he did a damn good job at it. And I do think it was very unique that he went with like a riddle. And because I've never seen a song that did that before, that the song itself was a riddle.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, Dio's done that a couple times.
Where he literally said... Well, to me, it's the whole idea of saying, like, Riddle Master, and then what lies in the dungeons, and it's even phrased like a riddle. Dio did that too, exactly like that?
Well, no, not exactly like that, obviously, but what I'm saying is, like, that same, yeah.
Okay, well, so, I mean, even if, let's say, you know, I'm going to go with what you said, Dio already did that, but I still don't think it takes away from this idea, because you still have to create your own riddles. And the other day, the kids were trying to figure out a way. They bought a gift for a Dorian, and they wanted to hide it and then give it to him. And I said, you guys should create riddles all around the house. So like, put a riddle, and they have to follow the riddle to another one. There's a note there, it brings them to another spot. So he's gonna zigzag all over the house, and then at the end he'll find it. And the kids were like, okay. And they were coming up with surprisingly very terrible riddles. They just were not good. And so I came off...
As in terrible as in they were too easy to figure out?
Either too easy to figure out or way too friggin' vague.
Okay.
And they weren't even like, you know how
that.
they're supposed to be kind of smart, like two lines that kind of rhyme, or you know what I mean? Like they play off each other.
It's challenging.
Yeah, and I was super surprised because normally they're like on with that kind of stuff, you know? And I was like, they were coming up with these very weird ones. I'm like, you guys are going to have to come up with something better than that. So then I threw one out as an example. They ended up keeping my example. That was the finale. But they wanted me to come up with
So did he
more.
figure them all out?
Honestly, stuff I couldn't think of any more. This is what I'm saying. So I ended up saying to them, you guys need to figure out your own stuff. Because I couldn't come up with any more. And so I'm looking at this. I'm like, well, there's a lot of like kind of back and forth what he did lyrically, you know, with like what lies in dungeons. And when you think of what lies in dungeons, it's like that's the bad guys, you know what I mean? The evil. You're in a dungeon, you did something, but then it's just juxtaposed with holy men's fears. And you know, boy, babe, I keep coming really close to your face. It's a lot of... I'm gonna try to keep my elbow bent.
That's why I'm just gonna keep...
You know, I think I'm used to being on that side,
screen.
So I can just full range with this right arm of mine. But anyway, so I
think this is the side that I originally started on, wasn't it?
Yeah, we flipped a couple times.
Yeah.
You guys can't necessarily tell because of what we do with the mirroring. So I appreciated that, but yeah, I really didn't. The sound, the lyrical, and everything. I wasn't really a fan of it. But I definitely, I'm giving him props because of the topic and how he went about it. But
I've actually, it's interesting because I've actually never really heard a song like this before. Like they carried that rhythm
style?
like all the way. Yeah, they carried that all the way through. And I like I said, I love the Dave Mustaine Dio crossover voice. I love that. I don't know what you're on today. You're weird. But go ahead, rate the song. I'll rate the song. Then we'll go to the next one.
Okay, it was a 6 for me. But because the lyrics, and we broke down the lyrics, I'm going to go up to an 8.2. Yeah, I was actually literally going to just tell you, please move that. An 8.2 for me.
Okay. This song was a solid 9.4 for me.
9.4, really?
Yeah. The vocal style did it for me.
Metlcat, what do you give this one? Is this like a real high one for you?
The vocal style did it for me. I really like this. I hope more people... I'm actually really intrigued by this band now. So I hope more people start selecting this band because... This is, I say this from time to time, like this is why we have this kind of system on the channel, because I feel like I wouldn't get the opportunity to get this band, but I really feel like there's like a lot of special highlights with this band, especially if Perk and Metalcat like it.
Then it's got to be.
So, for your consideration, listen.
Look, DJ Mike gives it a 9.6.
Thank
you.
We
get a 9.6. We get a 9. Oh, Can you get Metlcat?
See,
there?
Metlcat has 9.5, which is like right where I was. Right where I was.
Yep.
There you are, dear listener. If you're out there in the regular viewing audience, YouTube land, you can check us out at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
The rest of you, sit tight. We've got way more songs coming from you. You guys
Not
know
we.
You know how we
Metlcat
get
has
that.
more for you.
Metlcat and his kitty cat over here.
Yep.
I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
It's Universe
There you
Cat
go.
over here. Boop, 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 boop. Look,
There you go.
Point to my microphone. He's right there.
He's right there. That's Metlcat's cat.
That's
Usually
not
the
a
stuff is
microphone.
over here. You know what? I'm going to just bring it over here.
Oh, I like
Boom.
the kitty by me.
All right. Having said that, dear listener, Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.